For many years, I have wanted to talk about pranayama. I've been teaching energy enhancement meditation for a while, but prior to meditation, from the age of 14, I was practicing yoga every night before I went to bed without telling anybody. And when I was 21, 7 years later, I started to practice pranayama every night before I went to bed, and I didn't tell anybody. It was only when I was 28 that I started to meditate. If you read the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is the handbook of meditation from the sage Patanjali, Tamil Siddha from South India, not only the handbook on meditation, but the handbook of illumination. First thing he says is yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga, illumination, yoking yourself to the divine, only comes about by the removal of energy blockages. And in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, by Patanjali, the great sage, the Tamil Siddha from South India, he gives a ladder, the 8 limbs of yoga, whereby a person can become illuminated. And we start off with the morals of yoga, the yamas and the niyamas, the things to do and the things not to do. And then after that we move into yoga, the postures of yoga. After that we move into what is called pranayama, which is what I'm talking about today. Prior to concentration and meditation and samadhi and samyama and the removal of energy blockages. So tonight we are going to talk about prana. Chi, prana, psychic energy is a preliminary stage to that of meditation. Just by the use of yoga postures alone, we can remove energy blockages. Just by the use of pranayama alone, we can remove energy blockages. And pranayama is 10 times more powerful than the postures. When I teach yoga, I have a set of yoga on DVD, I teach the movement of the body with the breath. I combine breathing with the movement of the body. Although we talk about pranayama as breathing practice, in reality, we use breathing as a tool to enter into the control of the chi, the control of the prana. Prana is chi, it's psychic energy. Yama is death, is control. Lord Yama, the Lord of death. Because when we enter into pranayama, we enter into the fear of death. You know, you can die by holding the breath. If the body doesn't have food, it can last for months. But if the body does not have breath, it can last for 5 minutes before it dies. As you hold the breath, the struggle against death begins. Even though the death comes up into your throat, we should continue to hold the breath. Well, not really. I'm here to make certain everything is safe. by removing this fear, we are removing one of the largest energy blockages of the base chakra that can ever be removed. And the entrance into that gateway of the base chakra comes through pranayama. It's very powerful. And before you start meditation, it's absolutely necessary. Okay, the first thing I want to teach you in pranayama is Bouchet Pranayama. Now, Bouchet Pranayama is simply so you can have some feedback as to how well you are breathing. Another name for Bouchet Pranayama is the psychic breath, because some people say it gives you psychic powers. Well, they say that yoga gives you psychic powers. They say that pranayama gives you psychic powers. They say that meditation gives you psychic powers. And it's all true. You will get psychic powers. Bouchet Pranayama. The second part of pranayama consists of what we call the three-part yogic breath. 50% of all people in society cannot breathe into the abdomen, the roots of the tree of the three-part yogic breath. If you cannot breathe into the abdomen, then you may fall prey to one of the wasting diseases, whereby you will lose your life very quickly. Devidiani, when she was 16 years old, doing ballet, exercising every day, noticed that she could not breathe into the abdomen. And by concentrating on breathing into the abdomen every day, she learned to breathe automatically into the abdomen over 1 year of practice. Simply, every hour, noticing where you were breathing and breathing into the abdomen every time you notice you're not. By and by, the body learns to breathe into the abdomen. Breathing into the abdomen is the roots of the tree of the breath. Brings in all the energy. 40% of the energy comes into the abdomen. 40% of the energy comes into the center of the chest. 20% of the energy comes into the top of the chest. So if you do not breathe into the abdomen a natural way, just because you can't, then you've lost 40% of your energy supply. Breathe into the abdomen. Fill up into the center of the chest and the upper chest, and slowly breathe out. The next part of pranayama, which I want to talk about, is something which we call Agnes Our Kriya. If you read the book by Theos Bernard called Hatha Yoga, in that book you will find out about something he calls Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha is Theos Bernard's way of talking about Agnes Our Kriya. Same thing. What we are doing with Agnes Our Kriya is to strengthen tremendously all the abdominal muscles. strength in the abdominal muscles helps to do pranayama. Strength in the abdominal muscles helps to strengthen the chakra center of the abdomen, the chakra centers of the abdomen, so that they have much more psychic energy. Strengthening the muscles of the abdomen and the chakras of the abdomen improves the strength of your breathing. For all of your life, you will have tremendously more energy to enable you to do what you want to do, to give you a longer life, to give you a more healthy life. So, the exercise of Agnes Our Kriya is very much like weight training, internal weight training. And in weight training, you do these things called repetitions. Well, it's exactly the same with Uddiyana Bandha, Agnes Our Kriya. As you repeat the exercise of Agnes Our Kriya every day for 6 months, you will become an internal weight training champion of the world. You will have so much psychic energy, you will have so much prana, you will have so much chi that you won't know what to do with it. Now, having learned yoga at the age of 14 and practiced yoga every night, I came across pranayama and practiced pranayama from the age of 21. So, this is a preparation for doing pranayama. This is a preparation for strengthening up the body sufficiently to be able to do pranayama. But everybody can do pranayama without Agnes Our Kriya. But you'll find it easier if you have strengthened up your body. And just by doing this over 6 months, by strengthening up your body to 1,500 Agnis Our Kriyas, you will find you don't need to do that ever again. The body will retain its strength for the whole of your life, and you will have twice as much energy as everybody else around you, simply by doing this simple practice that brings so much health and energy into your life that you will never know what hit you. I'd like to finish off the talk about Agnis Our Kriya by saying that the practice of Agnis Our Kriya will so raise the energy of the body that you will be able to digest nails. By raising the fire, Agni means fire, of the abdomen, you will be raising the ability to digest nails. And not only for now, when you do Agnis Our Kriya, but for all the rest of your life. As you strengthen the internal fires of Kundalini in the abdomen, so you will have energy to do things, you will have energy to digest. For that reason, the yogis say it's good to practice Agnis Our Kriya 2 hours before eating anything, just for safety's sake. So, follow their advice. Practice Agnis Our Kriya. Increase your internal chi. It's the exercise whereby you can have so much energy. Now, Agnes Our Kriya is a preliminary exercise for pranayama. It's better if you do it with a lot of chi, a lot of Agnes Our Kriya, but this particular exercise is so simple that it can be done without Agnes Our Kriya. You can do it at any time. It's a simple exercise, but one which is so profound. And it's good to practice Agnis Our Kriya and Nadi Shuddhi, or alternate nostril breathing, together. But if you don't, this is what you do. Alternate nostril breathing is a means whereby we free the two nadis, or energy meridians, which end in the nose. This particular meridian is an energy flow that flows down the front of the body, around the anus, and up the spine. So we're starting to activate the meridians of Kriya Kundalini Yoga. But that's only half of alternate nostril breathing. In this particularly easy exercise, we are going to learn how to hold the breath. How to safely hold the breath for up to a maximum, in this particular exercise, of 40 seconds. We have to learn the internal locks of the body that lead to safety in this particular pranayama. Holding the breath. Kumbhaka is enabled by something by the name of Maha Bandha. Maha is great, Bandha is lock. The great lock is composed of three internal locks. First, there is Mula Bandha, Mula from Muladhara, the base chakra lock. Second is Uddiyana Bandha. Third is the throat lock, which is called Jalandhara Bandha, Vishuddhi Bandha. Vishuddhi Chakra, Jalandhara Bandha. But the second one, Uddiyana Bandha, is what we have taught you already in Agnis Our Kriya, Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana means to fly upwards. And by compressing the muscles of the abdomen back towards the spine, when we hold the breath with a full breath inside, we increase the pressure inside the lungs. Now this is perfectly safe, providing you do not release the air quickly. And these locks are to enable you to hold the breath without releasing the air quickly. Whenever you release the air, you release it slowly, using Bouchet Pranayama. And this is going to enable you to do this safely. Easy to do. So as you increase the number of repetitions, it becomes harder. So we get as far as we can. We gradually increase our strength in pranayama over a period of 3 to 6 months, every day, doing the practice, going deeply into it, increasing the strength. And you will find that this calms you down tremendously. alternate nostril breathing. By working on the energy of the nostrils, we're working on the start of one of the major meridians in the body. Central meridian, governing meridian. Thus, the start of Kriya Yoga, the start of Kundalini Yoga, the start of Pranayama. It all comes through to the same thing in the end. Gradually, in easy stages, over many days, perhaps 6 months, we gradually increase our strength in pranayama. We gradually increase our ability to hold and direct prana. The chi of the abdomen, the chi of the chakras of the abdomen, the internal fire of the stomach, of the digestion, to digest whatever comes to us, to use that energy which we have in any way that we wish to. And it all comes from pranayama, a preliminary to meditation. Meditation is energy. Meditation is sitting. Meditation is breathing. It's pranayama. Meditation is no thoughts in the mind. Meditation is no blockages in the body, in the psychic body. Meditation is the start of illumination.